One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free. From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart, steel and a spirit unbroken. He rides onto his ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar. Insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals report he paves his way. More legend in the making, day by day.
Happy freaking Topless Taco Tuesday, man. Yes, sir. Feels ultra good to be a G. Hopefully everyone's enjoying their morning so far. We have a definite kind of a wild morning for you guys in the news world. Today, the way that I have this titled on the main title here is Charlie Kirk Assassination, Suspect in Court, as well as Trump sues New York Times for $15 billion for defamation. And then Kash Patel has a Senate hearing that is happening right now. So those are kind of like that's the main title, right? But what we're specifically going to dive into today is remarks from Trump that happened yesterday. That's the very first thing we're going to do. He's talking about deploying the National Guard over there to Memphis and also takes questions over there in the Oval Office. Then we're going to be going into Attorney General Pam Bondi speaks on Memphis crime crackdown. That's a separate whole segment, even though it's very short. Then we're going to be going into Rubio on Israel expanding operations in Gaza and Charlie Kirk assassination. And I believe, so you guys know that he spoke yesterday with Netanyahu. We all saw that. We presented it. Now he is talking to the press in this whole ordeal. I think he's taking questions. Nonetheless, I'm not really sure. I haven't watched it yet, but it is an interesting title. That's a somewhat longer segment. Then we have the whole lawsuit that Trump is filing against New York Times for defamation. Then we also have Hollywood icon Robert Redford, dead at 89. He died today, unfortunately. So that is the lineup for today. Before we get into it, make sure you guys hit that like button, man. It helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so. You know what else is free? If you guys are brand new here, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that share button. You don't have to share out the link, but just copy that link, and it actually shows up on my side as a share. You know what I mean? So it helps out a lot. Here's the money part, though. Please consider becoming a member. Starting at $2.99 a month, we're making sure we're not breaking the bank out there with anybody. But check it out. This is the way that we stay afloat and still are able to do what we do here, is because we're 100% funded by you guys. I even showed a picture in the Discord of how much money I make off of Google Ads. Do you know how much it came out to in the last 28 days? $26. Not even capping. So seriously, if it weren't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this fucking thing. So thank you guys for becoming members and staying members. A little side note here, follow my Instagram right here at BallValveTV, where I post everything behind the scenes and not only my life, but as well as the show. Millennial Food Time, breaking news is a great way to get a hold of me one-on-one. We also have a Discord, like I said. Make sure you guys join up. Naomi will throw that into the chat for you guys. If you guys are watching this on the playback, hit the description box down below of any video, and it has all the links that you guys need, including Discord there. And last but not least, man, every super chat, super sticker, gifted membership signups, all these things are going to be presented live and shouted out onto the show. But of course, if you guys would like to skip that YouTube 30% brutal cut that they take from your hard-earned cash, well, we have these platforms right here. and I have my email up right here, right now. So if anything comes through, of course, I'll read it out loud and shout it out. That's what we do out here. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, great to see everybody in the building, man. We got, I believe that we ended up getting a motobomb raid. Thank you so much, kind sir, for gracing us with your presence, as well as everyone over there from the motobomb side. Always appreciate you guys. You guys are one hell of a bunch over there, man. We got Brother Dwayne as well as Steve Posey, my man. Good morning. We got Gary as well. Let's see here. I know that we got Crystal. Great to see you, by the way. I see you all the time over there on motos. We're scrolling down. We got Brother Lee as well. My man, good morning, kind sir. We got Straight Jacket in the building as well. Subprime, I know exactly who this is. We'll just go ahead and say that this is Subprime for right now. We got Rabbit of Chaos. Good morning, good morning. Brother Steve Easy in the building. Shout out to my man. Mike is rich off of that ad revenue. He can afford the dollar menu. Listen, like I said in the Discord, once a year, I can take my family out to one nice dinner. But guess what? Only one order for each person, okay? So just bring more spoons. Feels ultra good to be a G, you know what I mean? Let's see, we're scrolling down. We got Prez in the building as well. Good morning. We got America Uncensored. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. You guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you guys decided to be right here with me, man. So I'm very blessed with that. We got Jimmy Mack as well. Good morning. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get into the news segment. This is from yesterday, okay? So this is the only, there's two things. Sorry, I just wanted to clarify that. I just looked at it. We have two things from yesterday because, of course, we only cover the news at 10 in the morning every, Monday through Friday. So things happen after the show that I wasn't able to present within that day, and this being one of them. So we're going to go ahead and start here. And let me go ahead and bring up the speed because Trump is a little slow.
Cities, we're going to take care of all of them step by step, just like we did in D.C. We have...
Get some fucking decent microphones on Trump. What are we doing?
Virtually no crime in D.C. right now, and we're going to keep it that way. So
we got the number one person in the entire world speaking, and it sounds like he's in a fucking tin can. You know what I mean?
Oh, shit! The nation's capital, we're going to keep it that way, or we're going to federalize it if we have to, but we don't have to anymore because it's in such great shape. This task force will be a replica of our extraordinarily successful efforts here. And you'll see it's a lot of the same thing, although the numbers here are really something. They're really bad.
As well as Brother Papa Penguin. I saw you up there as well, my man. Great to see you.
We did send FBI in about 4 months ago to work, and it brought some of the numbers down. And they did a great job, but we're sending in the big force now. We also sent them into Chicago on a sort of a moderate basis. And we brought down crime a little bit in Chicago, but we're now going to bring it down very big. We're going to be doing Chicago probably next.
Well, yeah, I mean... Chicago is on what everyone thought that's where you're going to go because he had, talked about going to Chicago and the amount of crime that they're dealing with, all this shit. But he is waiting that out. He's going to go to Memphis first.
I was with a great businessman, a man who is involved.
Which, like you guys know, I did report that last week. Just to be clear here, this isn't new news here.
In all cities to his business. And I say, who do you think should be next after Memphis? And he said, sir, you've got to save Chicago. We're going to wait a little while. But he said, you got to save Chicago. You can't let it go. And this is a very prominent man that everybody knows. And this is from another man in Memphis.
Yeah, I mean, that's what was claimed, that the entire ballroom expansion, that 90,000 square foot ballroom is paid for by basically investors. So... I don't know. I'm not really sure. That's what the claim was. It was like $250 million or $200 million that was, not as long as the way I look at it is as long as it's not the U.S. taxpayer that is paying for it. It can come from a private party. I'm cool with that, to be real. But.
Yeah, very interesting. He's on the board of FedEx, and his hotel is about a block away. And he said, when I walked there, I said, I don't want to do this again. I never want to do it again. And they won't let me walk there. They take him in armored vehicles. They take the board members of FedEx.
What's up, Brother Glare?
In armored vehicles.
So
like
loud.
A block away to the hotel. This shouldn't be the U.S. This shouldn't be the United States of America. The task force will be a replica, as I said, and it's going to be, I think, equally successful. This is a tremendous success we've had in Washington, I can tell you, and everyone knows it. And people in the White House that work here and other people that I know are calling me and thanking me. They're going out to dinners.
Wow, Jimmy Mack. He said that he is paying.
And doing things that they haven't done in years.
Wow. Maybe the investor pulled out or something like that, and he's like, well, fuck it. I've got the money. I can do it. I don't know. But yeah,
include the National Guard as well as the FBI, ATF, DEA, ICE, Homeland Security Investigations, and the U.S. Marshals. And
so that's actually got a name for the way that things are gifted, and that's called a graft.
more along the prosecutors. We're going to have DOJ led by U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Tennessee, who is here or not here.
What's up, Orland? Good morning.
The person is going to be very...
Yes, make sure you guys hit the like button. You guys don't have to like everything that's happening in the world, but you guys can like it for me and my take.
Busy. So we're going to have U.S. Attorney for the Western District of Tennessee, and most importantly, Pam Bondi's here. She's heading it up, and she's doing an unbelievable job in every respect.
What's up, Miss Lotus?
Beyond this. So also worked with some of the members of the team right here on D.C., and we're very proud of that effort. We essentially had the crime down to a very low rate in 12 days, and within another 10 days after that, it was so incredible.
Wow.
And it continues at that level, and we're going to continue. We have to because it's our capital. This team will deploy the full powers of federal law enforcement.
Yo, Gorilla Biscuits coming in hot, bro. Gifting on a membership, helping not only me, but helping someone in the Breakfast Club, man. Thank you so much, Brother GB. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning so far. Great to see you.
Agencies and enforcement generally to restore public safety and get dangerous career criminals off of our streets. We're going to get them off. In 2024, Memphis had the highest violent crime rate, the highest property crime rate, and the third highest murder rate of any city in the nation. Other than that, they're doing quite well, thank you. A person is 4 times more likely to be murdered in Memphis, Tennessee today than in Mexico City. It's been, and you know Mexico City is not a cakewalk. It's been overrun with carjackings, robberies, shootings, and killings. There were...
Real quick, we got A-Stub in the building. Great to see you, by the way. Hopefully you're enjoying your Taco Tuesday, topless Taco Tuesday so far. We got Family Fester as well. My man, Family Life, a.k.a. Fester. We got my man saying good morning, BV, and Breakfast Club. Hope y'all have a blessed day. I hope you do as well. Great to see you guys, man.
249 murders, 429 rapes, 5,616 burglaries,
Damn.
and 12,522 violent assaults in just the last little while in 2024 and in pieces of 2025, where it's actually gotten worse until recently when we sent the FBI down to see what the hell is going on. Last month, a vicious thug carjacked an elderly woman.
Speaking of, real quick, we do have a Cash App, man. We got Brother Lee Lance coming in hot saying, keep capping OG. Yes, stop the cap, bro.
Stop the cap.
Hey, thank you, kind sir. Dues are paid. Making that shit rain over there. I appreciate that.
Movie theater dragged her out of the car and body slammed her into the pavement where she is still trying to recover. Probably won't be successful. So we're not going to allow this kind of savagery to destroy our society anymore. We're stopping it. We're doing it one by one.
What's up, Trigger?
But we want to go quickly. We don't want to lose Chicago. We're going to lose Chicago. We're going to lose places like you go to St. Louis.
I very much agree. Montgomery, Alabama, and Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Absolutely, I agree with that.
St. Louis. We're going to lose St. Louis. We're not going to lose. We want to save these places. You got to lose them. It was the way the man said it. He was a very high-quality man. I said, "Who would you do next?" He said, "Sir, do Chicago. You don't want to lose Chicago." We're not going to lose Chicago. So we're going to have to go very big, and we're going to go probably, we're thinking about it for next, Pam. We're going to hold it off. We're going to do some of the smaller ones, and the truth is our people are so good. Gaddy, you're doing a great...
Yeah, and that's good that, Papa Penguin, that you're keeping a very close eye on that. I have watched a little bit, of course, what Trump has been putting out regarding these boats, these drug boats, and all this shit that he's been taking out. I think he's on his 3rd or 4th boat that he's hit. Something like that, but I don't follow it to the level that you do, and I'm glad that you do, honestly, because that is a very important thing to be not only understand but also discuss as well.
Great job wherever you may be. We're doing so good that I don't think we need too much practice, right? But we got to go and save our big cities, our great cities. Chicago's a great city. And we're going to make it great again very soon. And I think we can do that. Despite the tremendous size, I think we can do a real job. And we're going to give you the resources that you need. So with that, I'd like to just end by saying we're going to make Memphis safe again. And I'd like to ask Governor Bill Lee to say a few words. And then Pam can talk. And anybody else you'd like to talk to, we'll go through the whole list. We have all day long if we have to, because this is a very important thing. We have to save our country from violent crime. So, Bill?
Yes, sir. Mr. President.
That's right, Crystal.
First of all, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Man, look at this lineup that's behind. I mean, a lot of the cabinet here.
Your commitment for federal resources to the great city of Memphis. And it is a great city, and it has a great history and a great legacy. And we are very hopeful and excited about the prospect of moving that city forward. I've been in office 7 years. I'm tired of crime holding the great city of Memphis back. And I have spoken today with the director.
Oh, you know, Naomi just having to change her profile picture
Of the U.S. Marshals, with the director of the FBI, with Joe Bondi. We realize that this effort of multi-agencies that will combine the work of the Tennessee Highway Patrol and the local police departments, when we come together, we can make significant change in our city, in the city of Memphis, and that is a powerfully important thing for the state of Tennessee, and I want to say thank you.
This will be your proudest moment when we see you in
I can't. Is this the governor for Tennessee or some shit?
4 or 5 weeks, maybe sooner. You're going to see numbers that will drop and plummet like you haven't. Just like we did in D.C. They plummeted. Nobody can even believe it. And they're going to plummet. It'll be one of your really proud moments, and you've done a good job, too. But this will be maybe your proudest moment.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
And the director, as the director said, the goal is sustained.
Right. Got to keep it.
Sustained crime lowering. And that, with this effort, I believe we...
This is great that Tennessee is working so great with Trump and actually showing how the state should take advantage of federal resources.
can get there. We can finally get there for that city.
Yep, we're going to have it.
And taking advantage of federal resources is not good in most cases, but when it comes to crime and reducing crime, I'm all for it.
Sustained a long time, and your people are going to get better and better, and your police force has been terrific. They're working with us very much, as you know. Started it, as I said, on a
I'm with
little
you, so
basis, and we got it down quite a bit, but now we go in for the big march, okay?
And Director Patel and his team have done remarkable work so far. As you know, the numbers are great.
Yes, I don't care what anybody says, even with Kash Patel, this whole thing with him kind of messing up regarding the person that he caught the first 2 times or whatever the case is. Yes, maybe he shouldn't have come out there and say that he's got somebody that he don't got. But at the same token, no matter what, the FBI put enough pressure on the media side to make another person feel like they could not run. So being able to consolidate the entire thing within a, I forget how long, it wasn't even 30 days, not even close. It was like something like 38 hours or whatever. In 38 hours, being able to, I don't care what it is, being able to not solve a case, but have the person that you know is to actually have him in custody in 38 hours is insane. It's actually really good. You guys can say what you want to say about it, and I even have the original Kash Patel coming out and talking about how the guy that they did get was not the correct guy. And the subject is in custody, has been released after interrogation by law enforcement. Our investigation continues and will continue to release information in interest of transparency. And that's exactly what he did, and was able to get this guy within 38 hours is actually fantastic.
And this will be one more step in the right direction for Memphis.
That's true.
Thank you.
He's done a very good job. Thank you very much. Pam, please.
President Trump, at your directive, we went in, as you all know, to D.C. and took over the city of D.C., working hand in hand with Metro Transit Authority. All of the agencies represented here today got over 2,000 violent offenders, got over 200 guns off the streets of D.C., and D.C. is safe again. And now, Governor, working with you and working with our 2 U.S. senators and all of our agencies working hand in hand.
And we're about to hear from her on the next segment regarding Memphis when she's outside talking to a reporter after what she is doing here in D.C.
We're going to do everything we can to make Memphis safe again. That was President Trump's directive to us. And
33 hours for the arrest. Wow. So it wasn't even 38 or whatever I said it was. 33.
it's easy to do when you're working with such great leaders. And Secretary Noem, you have been instrumental in this. And Director Patel has already been into Memphis and gotten so many violent offenders and guns off the street, and that's what started it. Attorney General Todd Blanche, thank you. We've all been going nonstop, working hand in hand together.
Yeah, well, that's true. The cabinet has been working. And real quick, we have a freaking PSA that we got to get through.
Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate some freaking.
Shit, we're cooked. He said it, not me. Definitely obey, though.
and Gowdy Serralta, Terry Cole, and Director Driscoll of ATF wearing two hats, and Pete Hegseth with the National Guard, all working hand in hand and being out there for a month. You can't tell who's with what agency but for the t-shirt they're wearing, because everyone's working hand in hand, and that's why we've been so successful. We're going to do that in Memphis, and we're going to get crime off the streets.
That's good. Thank you, Pam.
Thanks, President.
Christy, go ahead.
Mr. President, Memphis has a high number of trafficking, significant human traffickers, child exploitation, drug trafficking. The local gangs, they're extremely dangerous, and I'm so excited that you're going in there to work with not just the governor and willing local leaders, but also our attorney general and all the leaders.
Absolutely, Papa Penguin. And I believe that using the media is one of the best things that you can do, because believe it or not, most murder cases actually go unsolved in the United States. So if most murder cases are going unsolved, this could have been very easy for this guy to really actually get away with this shit. But with the amount of press and the amount of media coverage that went into this, it made him feel like he had nowhere to run. And that's hence what the pressure from the FBI was, right? Very interesting.
They're standing here today to help protect our children. So what's going to change dramatically is the families' lives that live there. And it's only going to happen because of you, because you're coming in. What has started there, you're going to put on steroids. The networks that you're going to uncover across this country, because of the work that's going to happen in Memphis, we're going to see every city get safer, because we're going to see those ties.
Okay, so now we know that this is all, we're going to Memphis next regarding the National Guard. Okay, so we're going to move on from that. We're going to see the small interview that happened right after that whole thing in the Oval Office. Pam Bondi is outside, and she has a quick little update here on Memphis. It's only a 2-minute segment, so it'll be quick. And then we'll be going right into Rubio and Israel.
We also just saw Attorney General Pam Bondi make some remarks, likely about this memo about Memphis sending in a surge of law enforcement, also potentially about this Charlie Kirk assassination and that fatal shooting. Let's listen in briefly.
Damn. I believe it though, Papa.
Well, I'm never going to talk about who's under investigation.
Okay, so she's doubled up, by the way. Not from us. That's their audio.
Especially organized groups who are jeopardizing the lives of our men and women in law enforcement. Earlier today, you heard Stephen Miller talking, and you heard the president talking about these organized groups who are out there doxing law enforcement, having people swatted at their homes. That jeopardizes lives, and that's why it's so serious. None of these are pranks. This is an organized effort, paying people to come in and commit acts of violence. So yes, we're looking at a lot of people, never going to mention what groups we're investigating.
Is there any evidence that the president or the administration thinking of sending National Guard to New York?
To New York, well, I think the president made it really clear. Of course, we're going into Memphis. He just signed the executive order, and we're excited about that because the governor of Memphis is on board with us. So are the 2 U.S. senators and law enforcement. So we're going to come in and do everything we can to make Memphis like we're doing here in D.C. Well, he's also talked about other cities. I think Chicago is top of his list right now, for sure. In any city where there's violent crime is on the president's list to make it safe for the citizens who live there. I really do have to go. I'll take one more.
Sure. This is the last question.
Tackle First Amendment rights when you are exploring investigations into liberal-leaning groups, and they have protections. How will you strike that balance?
Sure. First Amendment is one of our most important amendments, of course, in our Constitution. We will always protect the First Amendment. But you cannot create violence, and that's what's happening. When people are working together, you talked about RICO, it's RICO. When people are working in concert to commit crimes, the president was talking about people who are breaking up bricks, throwing it at police cars, people who are being paid to dox police officers, to dox victims of crimes, that can jeopardize lives, and that's when you cross the line from First Amendment to a crime, and we will prosecute.
Man, this whole thing is radical. All right, let's go move on into Rubio on Israel, expanding operations in Gaza, and as well as Charlie Kirk's assassination. Let's go and see what Rubio has to say. We saw yesterday Rubio with a joint conference with Bibi Netanyahu. We saw that yesterday, and we're going to see now, this is this morning.
We did get some comments from Rubio as he was heading to Qatar. He spoke to reporters on the tarmac.
So I guess he's headed to Qatar next. Not surprising.
This is what I just said a moment ago. We all prefer that
I'll look it up right now.
A negotiated settlement that leads to the release of every single hostage, both alive and deceased, that leads to the demilitarization and disarming of Hamas, so they can no longer pose a threat, not just to Israel, but everyone. These are barbarians. These are animals in Hamas. And that leads us into a process of reconstructing Gaza.
Okay, real quick before we get into it, because we have the chat that is having a sidebar here regarding California AB 495. They brought it to my attention, so we'll go ahead and see what Google says about it real quick. I don't take everything AI says for, like it's actual and factual, but this is what at least the AI overview of it is on Google. California AB 495, the Family Preparedness Plan Act of 2025, creates a legal framework for short-term family preparedness plans to help protect vulnerable children during family crisis, particularly in the context of immigration-related actions. Wow. It expands joint guardianship options, allows parents to temporarily nominate a guardian when facing circumstances like immigration detention, and prevents schools and child care facilities from collecting immigration status information or fully cooperating with immigration enforcement, this is already illegal, by the way. The bill also refines and clarifies caregivers' authorization advocates to ensure consistent recognition by schools and healthcare providers supporting families regarding of immigration status. Oh, what a fucking L for California.
Bruh.
Seriously, absolutely fucking terrible. Just terrible, bro. Just despicable. All right. Well, that's brutal. Thank you for bringing that to my attention and for everyone else's as well.
So the people of Gaza can have a life free of Hamas and a life that's much better than what they've experienced under Hamas. That's what we all prefer.
Rubio's gay?
Why are you gay? You are gay.
Shit.
We think Qatar can play a very key role in that. We don't want to see anything that undermines that. So that's why we added it to the trip. They're very, they're close partners. We've worked with them on a lot of things, and we want them to stay engaged, despite being upset as they are with what happened last week. And then the president said he wasn't happy to see that happen. But nonetheless, all these problems are still here, and they got to be fixed. And Qatar can play a key role in solving it.
This is actually the major complaint of countries in Doha yesterday was that the United States holds a double standard when it comes to Israel. That it's not holding Israel to account for its actions as they see it as an escalation, the killing of civilians in Gaza. What will be your message in Doha today to
Why can't they ever just walk away from the plane? Why do you have to do an interview right next to the fucking jets of the airplane? Why? Why do you got to stand right in the fucking turbine when you guys do these? I just don't understand. Like, why not post up further back, way over there, and then have the camera interviewing him and the fucking having the plane in the background or some shit? Like, why not do that?
Well, look, I mean, the civilians are being used as human shields by Hamas. They've always done it. That's why they hide in tunnels.
Man, we already know this shit, Rubio.
Providing the people of Gaza a much better life than what they've had under Hamas. And we think,
oh my God,
our partners in the region can play a key role in that, and we hope they'll stay engaged. And we think,
as long as the United States doesn't get involved, if we do anything over there in Gaza, I condemn it. By the way, yes, I 100,000% condemn it. We need to let them do their own fucking thing. Okay?
Qatar can play a very important role in that, as they've tried to do in the past.
Is this the last chance for Hamas to avoid a broader Israeli move into Gaza City?
Well, as you saw, the Israelis have begun to take operations there, so we think we have a very short window of time in which a deal could happen. We don't have months anymore, and we probably have days and maybe a few weeks, so it's a key moment, an important moment. And again, our preference, our number one choice is that this ends through a negotiated settlement.
That makes sense, Papa Penguin.
Where Hamas says, we're going to demilitarize, we're no longer going to pose a threat, we're going to disband, we're going to release every single hostage. By the way, there shouldn't be a single hostage. If you want to fight a war, you fight wars between combatants. You don't fight.
No. Here's the thing that no one's talking about in this equation. Yes, the hostages, personally, they need to absolutely be given back, 1,000%. But on a political level, you have to understand that that is the only negotiation tool that Hamas has. So why would they give up their only negotiation tactic? Okay, that's the only reason why they're even having a negotiation, is because of those hostages. So, of course, they're going to be played as political pawns. This is what's sad and true about politics, though, ladies and gentlemen. This is real politics. Real politics is death, airstrikes, hostages, captures. That's what it's all about. That's what real politics is. And it's a shame. It's a shame, because once you really realize that about politics, it's not just a whole bunch of yip-yapping on a stage. This is what real politics is.
Fight wars by taking civilians as human shields, and in this particular case with the hostages for almost over 2 years now. that's a barbaric practice. It's an unacceptable practice. The president called it out yesterday. So that's what we prefer. We want it to end that way. We hope we've done a lot of work, and Ambassador Witkoff spent countless hours working on this.
Hardwire, no, I didn't see that. I don't pay much attention during this whole Charlie Kirk thing with the left doing what they're doing. I've actually just physically removed myself from like watching a whole bunch of social media and watching those idiots over there, because that's only going to gaslight me and the way I think. I don't need that to happen. It would piss me off, of course. You know what I mean? So I would rather just not even fucking hear it. But the truth is I do know that it's happening. And I do know that that has happened. And I do know that he lost a whole bunch of people that are willing to work with him. I think he lost a couple sponsors, like shit like that. So, hey, he's getting what is happening. You know, it's happening back to him. So whatever, just let him flounder and shoot himself in the foot, you know?
We think the Qataris can play a very key role in making that happen. That's his preference. And that's how we want to see it. Sometimes.
Well, and like he's doing, he's about to go to Qatar, and we'll see that later on today. Now, I'm not going to sit here and listen to this 12 minutes of fucking turbines. I just don't have the patience for it today. I just don't. But what I should do is start sparking up this left-handed tobacco. I will as soon as we get into the next segment here, which is Trump files a $15 billion lawsuit against the New York Times for defamation.
News regarding President Trump as we take this live look out of the White House in Washington, D.C. We are learning today that President Trump has filed a $15 billion defamation lawsuit against the New York Times. And
by the way, we also have a brand new Trump taking questions ahead of his UK visit just came out. We'll be playing that at the very, very end here.
4 of its journalists, according to court documents. The lawsuit filed in a U.S. District Court in Florida names several articles and one book written by 2 of the publication's journalists and published in the lead up to the 2024 election, saying they are, quote, part of a decades-long pattern by the New York Times of intentional and malicious defamation against President Trump. I want to bring us to also this post that the president issued via Truth Social, saying this, quote, today I have the great honor of bringing...
Real quick before she reads it, we got Mountain Woman in here. Good morning. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning, your topless Taco Tuesday so far. We got Trigger Warning as well, saying Mike Ball 2028. Hey, man, appreciate you. Steve Posey saying, Mike, do we have all of our American hostages back yet? If not, we still need to be involved. And that is a great thing that you just asked. Now, I have conflicting reports, I'm going to be honest, because originally the last American hostage, that was actually a story, and we reported on that. So now I've heard conflicting reports that they're saying that there is still an American hostage. And I agree with you. If there is an American hostage, yes, we absolutely should still be involved, at least just to go in and grab our hostage and get the fuck out. And this would go for all of the hostages. Go in there, get all the hostages, and get the fuck out. You're not claiming their land. You're not staying there. You're going in and getting them, and that's it. But that's the only thing that I would support in the regards of the United States and Israel, right?
A $15 billion defamation and libel lawsuit against the New York Times, one of the worst and most degenerate newspapers in the history of our country.
Shit.
Becoming
I am way behind on the comments. Real quick, we got Naomi throwing in a 5-spot saying, Blair is thirsty, straight farted, I win. It happened, ladies and gentlemen. It happened. Hey, Naomi, I very much appreciate that for the 5-spot there. Thank you for that.
For the radical left Democrat Party. I view it as the single largest illegal campaign contribution ever. Their endorsement of Kamala Harris was actually put dead center on the front page of the New York Times, something heretofore unheard of. The Times has engaged in a decades-long method of lying about your favorite president, and then in parentheses, me, my family, business, the America First movement, MAGA, and our nation as a whole. And then it goes on to say, a quote, I am proud to hold this once respected rag responsible as we are doing with the fake news networks, such as our successful litigation against George Slopadopoulos, what he calls him.
What's up, Mark? Good morning. Great to see you, by the way, bud.
/ABC/Disney and 60 Minutes/CBS/Paramount, who knew that they were falsely smearing me through a highly sophisticated system of document and visual alteration, which was in effect a malicious form of defamation, and thus settled for records amounts. They practice this long-term intent and pattern of abuse, which is both unacceptable and illegal. The New York Times has been allowed to freely lie, smear, and defame me for far too long, and that stops now. The suit is being brought in the great state of Florida. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. Back out live to the image that we have.
Man, I wish we could get some of that 15 billion. You know what I mean? How about you win the 15 billion and then you just spread it out to us? That'd be cool.
White House, as we are following this entire story as breaking news today. Now, President Trump, as he did just mention, has gone after other media outlets, including filing a $10 billion defamation lawsuit against the Wall Street Journal and media mogul Rupert Murdoch in July after the newspaper published a story reporting on his ties to wealthy financier Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. What a radical ordeal that's happening, man. We got Hardwire 1%, by the way, for 14 months. Coming in saying, here I sit all brokenhearted, tried to shit, but only farted. Hey, man.
Stupid. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I accidentally hit the stupid. That was my fault, but I meant to do the oh, shit. But hey, Hardwire, my man, always appreciate you, by the way. Thank you for the 14 fucking months, man. You're a legend. It's fucking awesome, bro. Thank you for that. All right, so we're going to be moving into our second to last ordeal here. We got Hollywood icon Robert Redford dead at 89. And then, of course, our last story will be Trump speaking to the media as of just a few minutes ago. So let's go ahead and bring this up. Do this.
8:42 here on the East Coast. Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. I'm Jeanette Francine. We are following some breaking news on this Tuesday. Take a look at your screen, the latest from the Associated Press as they report breaking news. Robert Redford, the Hollywood golden boy who became an Oscar-winning director, liberal activist.
That's right, David. Definitely.
And godfather for independent cinema under the name of one of his best-loved characters. He died this Tuesday at the age of 89. AP goes on to report Redford died, quote, at his home at Sundance in the mountains of Utah. The place he loved, surrounded by those he loved. That coming from a publicist in a statement. No cause of death has been provided. We do know, and I actually want to share the latest video that we have of Redford as we are further learning about this breaking.
What's up? Get some, by the way. Hey, you're all good, my man.
News.
Always
you know that after
appreciate you.
rising to stardom back in the 1960s, Redford was one of the biggest stars in the 70s with such films as The Candidate, All the President's Men, and The Way We Were, capping that decade with the Best Director Oscar for 1980's Ordinary People, which also won Best Picture in 1980. His wavy blonde hair and boyish grin made him the most desired of leading men, but he worked hard to transcend his looks, whether through his political advocacy, his willingness to take on unglamorous roles, or even his dedication to providing a platform for even low-budget movies. As we're further learning the latest here, TMZ providing this as well. All of our content partners sharing that Robert Redford has died at the age of 89. We learned his roles ranged from Washington Post journalist Bob Woodward to...
Yeah, if anything, we're just showing respect and to the situation. Doesn't care. We don't care about the politics bullshit. Just, hey, this is what happened and it sucks.
A mountain man.
Well, at least someone didn't take his life. You know, from the sounds of it, it's natural.
Jeremiah Johnson to a double agent in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and his co-stars, including many people, Jane Fonda, Meryl Streep, and even Tom Cruise. But his most famous screen partner was his old friend and fellow activist and practical joker, Paul Newman. Their film's a variation of their warm, teasing relationship off screen. Redford played the outlaw opposite Newman in 1969's Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, a box office smash from which Redford's Sundance Institute and Festival got its name. He also teamed with Newman on 1973's Best Picture Oscar winner The Sting, which earned Redford a Best Actor nomination as a young con artist in 1930s Chicago. Bob Thomas, a longtime Associated Press journalist who died back in 2014. We're learning he was the principal writer of this obituary that is being provided here on this Tuesday. Again, if you're just now tuning in, this breaking news we are following here on Live Now.
What's up, Stacks, my man? Hopefully you're enjoying your morning. Great to see you, by the way. Hopefully your Topless Taco Tuesday is going fantastic. All right, let's go hear Trump now take questions as we hear the Jets in the background as well. Jesus. Every time. Can't fix your audio over there, you guys. You have one job. Fix your fucking audio.
The helicopter, and he's a good man. Most of you know him. He's very talented. He'll have a big influence on this. On two legs getting it.
The audio engineer is trying right now. I can hear him tweaking in the background.
Great shot, I guess. Who knows? You never know with too late, but he's done a lousy job. The rate should be much lower, much lower. But I just signed his...
He's talking about inflation, or yeah, exactly. He's talking about inflation. So
document and all of the papers, and Steve Byron is now on. Israel's ground offensive is now underway in Gaza City. Their reaction to it.
About Gaza City right now, reaction to what's happening in Gaza City is the question.
See what happens, because I hear Hamas is trying to use the old human shield deal, and if they do...
Yeah, that's typical behavior from terrorists. Yeah, of course.
They're going to be in big trouble. They're going to be in big trouble. They put it out 2 days ago that they're going to use the hostages as human shields. And that's something that has been done for a long time.
No, what's new? They've been using those hostages as human shields. They've been using that as Hamas shields. That's the entire point of them having the hostages.
Let me tell you, if they do that, they're in big trouble. But do you believe the Federal Reserve is an independent body? What do you think about the independent? Oh, it should be, but I think they should listen to smart people like me.
Yeah, well, the Federal Reserve does have we do have a seat in the Federal Reserve. And yeah, he's saying I'd like some respect when I speak about this shit. I'd like some respect.
I think I have a better instinct than him. If you look, all the economists got it wrong.
He goes, I think I got a better instinct than him. You need to be listening to me. God damn it.
I got it right along with one other people out of 100.
Yes, make sure you guys hit the like button, man. Thank you guys very much for helping out the show. You guys don't have to like all the craziness that's happening around the world, but you guys can like it for me and my takes. You know what I mean? Helps out.
So they should listen to people that are smart. Nothing wrong with that. But they have to make their own choice. But they should listen.
Before the invasion, did you speak to Prime Minister Netanyahu? What about the idea of Israel beginning this ground offensive in Gaza City? Do you support that?
Well, I have to see. I mean, I don't know too much about it. I can tell you.
There's many double standards in life, and that being one of them, Warland.
That if they put the hostages in front of them, Hamas as protection, when they call them bodyguards, Hamas is going to have hell to pay. Trip to the UK, what do you hope to achieve? Trip to the UK today, what do you hope to achieve?
You know what, Naomi, you bring up a good point. You must obey.
Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate some freaking
shit. All right, now that we're done clapping, some bullets over there, get back to this.
Well, my relationship is very good with the UK, and Charles, as you know, who's now king, is my friend. And it's the first time this has ever happened where somebody was honored twice, so it's a great honor. And this was at Windsor.
What's up, Go Fast? Good morning.
They've never used Windsor Castle for this before. They used Buckingham Palace. I don't want to say one's better than the other, but they say Windsor Castle is the ultimate, right? So it's going to be nice. But basically, I'm there also on trade. They want to see if they can refine the trade deal a little bit. We made a deal, and it's a great deal. And I'm into helping them.
Thank you for that, Moto Blama. I very much appreciate that.
The country is doing very well. We've never done this well. We're having trillions of dollars coming because of the tariffs. And they'd like to see if they could get a little bit better deal. So we'll talk to them. But primarily it's to be with Prince Charles and Camilla. They're friends of mine for a long time, long before he was king. And it's an honor to have him as king. And, he's... I
put up the captions, by the way, because the audio engineer, like trigger warning said, he must be in the shower or something. I don't know why they can't get their condenser microphones. That's exactly why you buy different types of microphones, okay? You have like your normal stage mic that picks up anywhere it picks up all sound. Then you have directional, you have all these different microphones. Come on, dude. These guys are the most funded people in the world, and they can't get their audio correct. It's like so frustrating.
He represents the country so well. I've watched. He's such an elegant gentleman, and he represents the country so well.
Good morning, Frederick. Good morning.
Robert Redford passed away today. Did you hear about that? Wow. And it's barely in his sleep at his home.
Yeah, so they were talking about what's his name that just died.
It's barely in his sleep at his home.
He was in his sleep at his home is how he died. Very interesting.
And it's gentleman, and he represents the country so well. After Robert Redford passed.
Yeah, see, Robert Redford or whatever.
Away today. Did you hear about that? Wow. And it's barely in his sleep at his home. Well, that's a good way to go, I guess. But I'll say Robert Redford was great. He had a series of years that there was nobody better. This just happened, I guess. Wow. It died in Utah in his sleep. Yeah. What movie would you say you like the best in? Well, you have a lot of them. Honestly, I'd say he made 7 or 8 great movies. They were really great. There was a period of time when he was the hottest. I thought he was great.
Great way how to handle that, Trump. Damn straight. Didn't bring politics into none of it. You're asking the #1 politician about that, and he doesn't bring up politics at all.
Are you going to delay the TikTok ban? Well, we have a deal on TikTok. I've reached a deal with China. I'm going to speak to President Xi on Friday to confirm everything up. We made a very...
So I guess Xi Jinping and Trump are basically going to confirm this Friday for TikTok.
Good trade deal, and I hope good for both countries, but a very different deal than they've made in the past.
What companies are going to buy
We'll be announcing that. We have a group of very big companies that want to buy it. And, you know, the kids wanted it so badly. I had parents calling me up. They don't want it for themselves. They want it for their kids. They say, if I don't get it done, they're in big trouble with their kids. And I think it's great. I hate to see value like that thrown out the window. So on auto executives,
Here comes Auto Pen question.
Talking about tens of billions of dollars. Some auto executives are concerned that...
Oh, he said Auto Pen originally, and then now he's saying auto executives. So you can see the reporter, or you can hear him. He jumped the gun on that. What about the Auto Pen? Oh, wait. Yeah, I mean the auto executives.
Compromising the 15% for auto tariffs coming in hurts American automakers. What do you say? Well, I haven't compromised anything. Where did I compromise? Going down to 15%. Going down to 15%. So 25. We charge that well. And where did the 25 come from? It came from there.
Shit.
Oh, shit! They paid nothing for years. Now they're paying 15%. And something...
They paid 0, and now they're paying 15%. Now you want to harp on me?
Can pay more, like chips can pay more. Pharmaceuticals can pay more. You know, there's a bigger margin. With a car, you have to make 15% before you make a profit. Pretty tough. So, don't forget, European Union is paying our country because of tariffs $950 billion. Think of that. We're talking about a year. $950 billion.
That is true. That is true.
Japan is paying us $650 billion. These are countries that paid us nothing until I came along. And China's paying us a tremendous tariff. You know what the tariff is, right? You know what the tariff they're paying us? What? So it's 30% for fentanyl as well as whatever for the 301. 20% for the fentanyl. But the overall is about 55%. That's as opposed to nothing. Would you say that's the difference? We have a big decision coming up, and if the Supreme Court...
What's up, Rob's neighbor? Great to see you, by the way.
...rules the way, hopefully they will, because, I mean, every legal expert said we win that case, but you still have to watch. And the Supreme Court's been terrific. I think they're very fair. All I want is fairness, and we win. But if we win the Supreme Court case, which is the finalization of tariffs, we will be by far the richest country anywhere in the world, and we'll be able to help our people more.
Would that be true? Would we be considered the richest country in the world? I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
Be able to help other countries when we want to. But I will say, if we win that case, our country, you see what we've taken in just on a temporary basis. We've taken in trillions of dollars.
Thank you sincerely for that, Brother So Loud. I very much appreciate that.
With a team, and we will be by far the richest country in the world. There'll be nothing close. You know, one other thing, we'll have tremendous power to negotiate. The use of tariffs, I settled 7 wars. 4 of them was because I was able to use tariffs. Rubio the other day in an interview criticized the fact that some CEOs make tons.
Real quick, we got a cash app from freaking Straight Jacket saying Steve and Blair are certified torta pounders. Shit, cuz.
Well, I do say there's a big gap. Don't forget, I'm a popularist, right? There is a big gap. Mr. President, it's been a month since we're meeting with Vladimir Putin in Alaska. A month on, you think that meeting accomplished what you hoped? Yeah, accomplished a lot.
I don't know what that question was. Neither did the captions.
It takes 2 to tango also. You know, those are 2 people, Zelensky and Putin, that hate each other.
I'm talking about Russia, Ukraine. Okay.
And it looks like I have to sit in the room with them because they can't sit in the room together.
But they agreed that they're not going to do it.
Great hatred there. But no, that meeting accomplished a lot.
I don't know if it accomplished a lot, but it definitely is a step in the right direction. Always going for diplomacy is a great decision.
Well, first of all, I think that Pam Bondi has done an unbelievable job, and everybody agrees with that. And Kash, you know, if you take a look at what he did with respect to this horrible person that he just captured. He did it in 2 days. It took other similar cases 4 days, 5 days, 4 years. If you look at certain shooters. Now,
I like how it said turkey shooters. It just added that. If you look at the shooters, and it added turkey. See, this is like the bullshit.
I have confidence in everybody in the administration. My administration, and a lot of people are saying it, not just me, it's so far the best administration ever formed. You look at our financial people. Our country is making a fortune. We have to keep tariffs because our country has become successful because of tariffs. We have the case in the
I appreciate that, Mountain Woman. Thank you.
It's a very vital case for the success of our country. It's very vital to negotiate with other countries. And remember, other countries charge us tariffs. That's a very, very big case.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Reciprocal tariffs in a free global market. I agree that you should be able, if they tariff us 30%, we should be able to come over the top and tariff them 30% to make it even again. You know, we absolutely should be able to do reciprocal tariffs. Now, tariffs are the one problem with economics is if you fuck with economics too much, that's oftentimes how you can lead yourself into an actual war. You know what I mean? It's war. You've got 2 different types of warfare. You got economic warfare, but the fucked up thing about economic warfare, if you play too much with it, it can lead you into real warfare.
We win that case, our country will be by far the richest country anywhere in the world. And then we can help our people. We'll get rid of debt. We'll get rid of everything. We can help our people, and we can even help other countries where they need it.
Mr. President, narcotics in Venezuela. Narcotics in Venezuela. President Maduro in Venezuela thinks that you're getting ready to invade.
Okay, so President Maduro in Venezuela thinks that you guys are getting ready to invade his country. What is your message to him?
Well, I would say this right away. Stop sending Tren de Aragua into the United States.
He didn't say friend. He said Tren de Aragua.
Stop sending drugs into the United States. We knocked off actually 3 boats, not 2, but you saw 2. And the problem is there are very few boats out in the water. There's not a lot of boats out in the water. I can't imagine why. Not even fishing boats. There's nobody. Nobody wants to go take a fish. So it's one of those things. But I would say to him very strongly, stop sending people from your prisons into our country. They're sending their prisoners. They've done that already. So the numbers just came out. Another month with 0 people getting into our country. And these are bigger jobs.
Now that is fantastic, but is that the numbers of asylum cases, or is that numbers of illegal just jumping and coming in? Because we can't have that actual number if we don't know that they came into the United States, right? But nonetheless, yes, the reduction is humongous. What's up, sick bastard? Good morning.
Nobody has ever done on the border like I've done. Mr. President, Mr. President. Well, he's going to have to get going and make a deal. He's going to have to make a deal. Zelensky's going to have to make a deal. And Europe has to stop buying oil from Russia. Okay? You know, they talk.
Yes, I do agree. If Europe is buying anything, meaning resources from Russia, you're supporting their BRICS nation, obviously, first and foremost. You're using their dollar to be able to purchase this shit when it used to be universally only the American dollar that was for basically the oil trades and shit like that. But now that you're supporting Europe buying Russian oil, that is not only helping the BRICS nation, but it is also funding Putin's war. So that is right. I'm glad that he's calling that shit out.
But they have to stop buying oil from Russia.
How much wealthier are you now than when you returned from White House?
Well, I don't know if the deals are made for the most part, other than what my kids are doing. They're running my business.
Oh, shit, we got a BD raid. Shit. Hey, my man, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid, man. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning, evening, afternoon, wherever the hell you guys are from. Much love, honor, respect. Black Dragon, thank you for coming in and having your people come in and hang out with us. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Helps out the show immensely, and it's absolutely 1,000% free to do so. And also, hit that subscribe button. It's also free, man. All right, we're getting back into this. Unfortunately, there's a lot of background noise from these jets. And unfortunately as well, the guy whoever's the engineer that's doing this, recording this or whatever, the audio engineer has the condenser mic all fucked up. So we can barely kind of hear him. So I've got captions on following along. But anyways, thank you very much for the raid. All right.
Most of the deals that I've made we made before, and that's what I've done for a life. I built buildings, like I'm building a building here. You know where I'm building? You know what? You see that area? Yeah. That is going to be the greatest ballroom anywhere in the world.
Yes, sir. Hey, I was already way quicker than you, cuz. I was on top of the world. See, absolutely. I got you, my man. Thank you so much for the raid, bro.
For 150, so it gives me pleasure to do it for the country. And I'm paying for it. I'm paying for it. The country is not, and that's an expensive ballroom. I think it will cost $250 million, and it will be, I think, the finest ballroom. So for 150 years, John, you know this? They've wanted a ballroom, and now they're going to finally have it.
Yes, and that's fantastic. Again, like I say, the only thing that I really, truly, honestly care about, as long as the U.S. taxpayer is not paying for this 90,000 square foot ballroom that's happening over there at the White House, if it's coming privately and also coming from Trump, I'm actually okay with that. Now, it does raise questions. Okay, should we allow private parties to be able to buy and purchase government buildings? And that, of course, would have its own type of debate. I understand that. But as long as you can do that and it be on paper that it's going to the government and not you in your ownership, then I'm okay with that.
It's going to knock your socks off.
Our President President in office should be engaged in so much business activity.
Well, I'm really not. My kids are running the business. You know what the activity...
Man, see, that's where I got to disagree with you. I wouldn't want any expansion or anything added coming from the U.S. taxpayer. Something especially that's unnecessary. Now, if he wants to doll up the motherfucking place with his cash, I'm cool with it.
Where are you from? I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, Four Corners Road. The Australians, you heard him.
What's up, Mama Iron Ranger? Great to see you, by the way. Good to see you. Hopefully you're enjoying your topless Taco Tuesday morning.
In my opinion, you are hurting Australia very much right now. And they want to get along with me. You know, your leader is coming over to see me very soon. I'm going to tell him about you. You set a very bad tone. Go ahead, John. Maybe you can set a nice quiet.
Mr. President, what are you hearing about the operation in Gaza, the Israeli operation? Are you concerned?
Well, I'm hearing that they want to go in.
What's up, Anthony Banks? Great to see you, by the way. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning.
I'm also hearing that Hamas wants to take our 20 hostages.
Jeremy, my man.
Dead bodies. You know, they have about 32 of them, and they want to put them in the way of any attack. And,
sorry, Ryan.
Nobody's happy about that situation. It came out yesterday, so you saw that. They want to, supposedly they've taken the hostages out of deep caves and tunnels, and they're bringing them, putting them on the front line. And, nobody's heard of that one for a few centuries.
We saw that the UN said that Israel is guilty of genocide. They're committing acts of genocide in Gaza.
They voted on that?
There's a new report out saying multiple acts of genocide.
When it comes to a vote, we'll see what happens. That'll come to a vote, so we'll see what happens.
And what do you think Pam Bondi saying she's going to go after hate speech?
Saying Pam Bondi, I know I didn't pick it up right there, but he's in regards to Pam Bondi regarding hate speech.
A lot of your allies say hate speech is free speech.
We'll probably go after people like you because you treat you so unfairly with hate. You have a lot of hate in your heart. Maybe they'll come after ABC. Well, ABC paid you $16 million recently for a form of hate speech.
16 million or 16 billion? Oh, shit. Real quick, we got Dark Soul coming in hot with the gifted memberships, man. Holy shit. My man. Dark Soul coming in hot. Popping them off, man. Thank you very much for the, not only helping me, you're definitely helping me, but you're helping 5 others in the Breakfast Club, man. I very much appreciate that, kind sir. So thank you.
Maybe they'll have to go after you. Look, we want everything to be fair. It hasn't been fair. And the radical left has done tremendous damage to the country. But we're fixing it. We have right now the highest
Crystal.
budget anywhere in the world.
Stick around long enough, you'll definitely get one.
And remember, 1 year ago, our country was dead. And now Washington, D.C. is dead.
I hate that he keeps bringing up the past regarding like, oh, we used to be the, so-and-so country. Now we're the hottest thing out there. I don't give a shit. And neither does the U.S. citizen doesn't get, right now, it's too much justification. I don't like that. And real quick, we got Jeremy Ryan coming in with the 5 gifted as well. Holy shit. My man. Sending them out, bro. Thank you very much for that, kind sir. It helps out not only me, but it helps out 5 others in the Breakfast Club as well, man. Thank you for that.
The mayor was fine. The mayor was just fine.
Carne asada, to answer the question, Eric. Of course, I gotta have me some asada.
Okay. The mayor had the fixed city for many years. He's been mayor for many years. The one that fixed it was me and my people. And it is so safe. You can take your beautiful wife tonight and have dinner down there. You won't be shot. You won't be accosted.
What's up, Brother Bob up there in Canada? Good morning.
You won't even be looked at incorrectly by anybody. Washington, D.C. is safe. Now we're going to Memphis. We're pretty rough, to put it mildly. And then we're going to have to go. A friend of mine who is a big railroader, he stops in all the cities. He knows every city. He said, sir, you have to save Chicago. So I'm going to go to Chicago early.
It's very true, Brother So Loud says. I love the way he shuts down the reporters when they're interrupting someone else. The best. No one handles the media like Trump. No one. And no politician has mastered this to this level. And he's very good at handling the reporters. A lot of people used to prance around the media. He's like, no, fuck you. I'm right in your face, motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Richter's nothing. If Richter is smart.
What's up, Gunpowder Nitro? Good morning.
So over the last week and a half, 11 people in Chicago were killed, murdered, and 38 were shot. And by the way, this is going on constantly. If they lose less than 6 or 7 people a week with murder, they're doing a great job in their opinion. Chicago is a death trap, and I'm going to make it just like I did with these things, just like I'll do with...
What's up, Jarvis? Good to see you, by the way. Good morning.
Memphis South. Remember this. So a man comes into my office, one of the biggest business men. I'll tell you, he runs Union Pacific. Is that the biggest railroad in the world, I guess? And he started off as a railroader. He was running a railroad, a little caboose. He was in a caboose. Now he runs the whole damn thing. 45 years ago, he started off in...
Yes, make sure you guys do me a huge favor and hit the like button. It helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so. Man, it very much helps out the show.
I don't know what that's all about. And he became the top, so that's a good place to start. But he came in, he knows the country intimately. He's looking to do a merger by another railroad, the one that we're having a little problem in East Palestine. And they want to buy that railroad, as you know, pretty public. But I sat with him and I talked, I said, so you know every city? Yes, sir, I go into every city and I have for 45 years. I said, where would you go next? He said, St. Louis is in big trouble. He said, but Chicago is a great city. You can save Chicago for. Don't let Chicago die. This is the guy telling me with great knowledge and stuff. He said, don't let Chicago die, sir. It's dying. Don't let it die.
Don't let it die, motherfucker. Don't let it die. All right. Real quick, got a shout out to my bro Pitbull over there in the UK. Always appreciate you, my man. Hopefully you're enjoying your week so far. And I also see we got brother GEG over there on the West Coast, man. Appreciate you for hanging out as well with us, man.
The UAE, the political president, do you hope federal charges are filed? Well, I just want something to happen, whether it's federal, state, and most likely it's going to be state. The question is whether or not we overlap with a federal judge. So they're looking at that. But the state is very confident. The governor's doing a very good job. As you know, they have the death penalty. It's a tough death penalty, too, as you know. But they have the death penalty. So as to whether or not we judge, we will be working with them. We may or may not be able to judge.
What's up, Stephanie? I see you in the chat as well. Great to see you.
When it comes to the governor, what do you make of this overall message of nonviolence?
Well, I agree with it. I agree 100%. But most of the violence is on the left.
He said that social media is a cancer.
What?
Do you agree with that? The Utah governor said that social media is a cancer and more people should log off and take some time away.
Well, it's not a cancer in all respects.
Yep, I agree. I didn't want to pause it and just instantly give what I thought. Great answer so far.
It's great, but there are segments where these
Yep.
holes that are cancer.
Yes.
Beyond cancer, they're death.
Fucking W. Great job on that, Trump.
Well, that was a great decision. It was a rigged case to start off with. It's great. The court ruled that he was a disaster. He was a disaster with a boyfriend. The boyfriend that she paid $1 billion for his expertise, but he never did it before. Now, she should be prosecuted. What she did to people, forget about me. What Fannie Willis did to innocent people.
Fucking Fannie Willis, yo.
Oh my God! Patriots that love our country. What she did to them by indicting them and destroying them, she should be put in jail. She's a criminal. Fannie Willis is a criminal.
Hold on, we have a humongous W. We got 56 of you guys in the chat, and we got 56 likes. Yo! Chat wins. Man, chat always wins. You guys are legends.
You apply more pressure to EU and NATO countries not to purchase Russian oil.
I do, but here's the problem. You know the problem. They're purchasing Russian oil.
When they're purchasing Russian oil, there's two different problems there, right? We just explained that. You're supporting the BRICS nation and their dollar, which should not be fucking happening. Europe is not a part of BRICS. And Europe would be also funding Putin's war if you buy Russian oil.
I don't want them purchasing Russian oil, and they've got to stop immediately.
I agree.
They're purchasing Russian oil, and we have to, do things now. The nice part, it doesn't cost us anything anymore. You know that. They are buying everything from us. Unlike Biden, who gave away $350 billion. We actually make money, but I don't want to make money. You know what I want? I want that war to stop. because last week 7,018 people got killed. Thank you.
I try my absolute damnness, Gary, to be always not biased to politics, but to facts. That's all I actually give a shit about. And I think that's what the majority of anybody that's on here watching this is truth seekers, okay? That is the truth. And people know that I call out the hypocrisy on both sides. I'm willing to do that. I'm one of those people that do it for sure. We got Sterling as well coming in hot with the 420 saying good afternoon from Atlanta, my man. Very much appreciate you, kind sir. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning, evening, afternoon. Just kidding. Hopefully you're enjoying your afternoon so far. We got our left-handed tobacco right here. You know, it was a donation, right? We gotta honor the donations. Yes, but there's further sanctions about to come, Dark Soul. So yes, there is that, but there's further sanctions that are about to come.
That's why I thought that was a little Ukrainian accent, but the country's in serious trouble. It should have never happened. It's a war that should have never happened. The country's in very serious trouble, but I'm going to get it stopped. I've done seven countries. I've stopped 7 wars in the last 8 months. I thought that would have been the easiest because I know Putin, but it's not. Because there's tremendous hatred between Zelensky and tremendous hatred between Zelensky and Putin. But we're going to get it stopped.
Well, and imagine, okay, so that's going to be the end of that. Imagine how politically charged and upset people are over this Charlie Kirk thing. Imagine how politically charged the landscape's got to be in places like such as Russia, like Ukraine, like Israel, all these different places. Could you imagine how politically charged these fucking people are? You got to have some sort of empathy there and understanding. But listen, much love, honor, respect to everybody. Thank you all so much for making these very shows happen. We do this shit Monday through Friday, reporting the world news and geopolitics. But of course, Saturday morning is our members only for you guys that are part of the membership, man. Thank you guys. We will be back tomorrow morning for more of the world's madness. Guys, stick around for a raid. We're going to be raiding our buddy, my bad. Let me see what his name is here. Rob Noor. Yeah. Okay. I kind of confused myself. I was like, oh wait, did we have other people? No. So Rob Noor signed up for us. We're going to be sending you guys over there. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way out. It helps out immensely. And thank you guys for your engagement and everything, man. So stick around for the raid. We'll see you guys. Much love, honor, respect, and God bless everyone. Be safe out there.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire.